back to my YouTube channel Unblog. Today we're going to use this stamp called Woodware, and it's Tatty Daisies. And we're actually going to make it into some sunflowers because a friend of mine wanted a sunflower stamp for someone who was graduating in America, and I don't really have anything, but we're going to alter this, and hopefully I really liked it in the end, and hopefully you will too. So these are the colours that we're going to use. All the information is going to be on my blog, so check over and see some close-up photos. I'm still getting the hang of this, so I think I'll needed to zoom in. I think later on one of the videos, later on in the video, I do actually have it, and I will speed this up very shortly. And so I'm just going to go in and start colouring and everything in, but what I'm going to do first is go through and just add some leaves in my lightest colour, because this doesn't look terribly, it looks like a very, very sad little sunflower at the moment, even though it's officially a tatty daisy. And this does have what I reckon is an ugly stage. You may not agree, hopefully you won't agree, because we're all our worst critics, but this does have a very stage where I sort of go, oh, this is not going to work out. But I just kept on going, and it eventually pulls in together and comes out. I really liked it. I thought it was really good, and my friend who bought the card really liked it too. So why I am colouring all this in, what can I tell you about? So we're in isolation like the rest of the world, and it is what it is. We're about to do the next stage. I think they've restricted the amount of people that can be together apart from family to 2 people. Well, somehow I managed to get a little of a little bit of black, but it was, like grey sort of thing, mark on my card. I don't even know why or how, because I didn't actually use this whatsoever. Used used black in this card at all. But anyway, a little bit of sand eraser, and that's it. She's as good as gold. Now I do really need to zoom in a little bit more sort of thing to help you see it. So there's going to be some photos on my blog. I'll get the hang of this. I think some of my other videos that are coming up they're a little bit more zoomed in. So let's talk about this food situation. It's ridiculous. And I keep hearing people over and over again saying it's the same people. They go back, they buy their toilet paper, say Monday morning, and then the same people are rocking up to buy more toilet paper in Tuesday morning and Wednesday morning and Thursday morning. Serious. What are they doing with it? I mean, clearly they're hoarding it, but one has to go think, if you're either very much an idiot that you're hoarding all this toilet paper. Okay, let's be optimistic. They need their toilet paper. What are they doing with it? I don't want to know. Maybe I don't want to know. Anyway, so I wanted to make some chicken schnitzels or something like that. I don't know. No breadcrumbs. So I thought, I can fix this. My mother-in-law gets loads of bread from like Baker's Delight when they don't sell it out for the day sort of thing. So her church gets all the bread and gives it out to people in need and that sort of thing. So they see, that's not looking too bad, is it? But I tell you, before I kept on going, oh, it was not looking that great. Anyway, So I thought I'm going to buy a loaf of bread, white bread, and I'm going to make my own breadcrumbs. Here we go, a bit more closer zoomed in. So I've coloured the other flour, and then we're moving on to the green, which appears I've cut out what colours I did, but that will be in the link down below, or hopefully, because I can't remember, I did this card a little while ago, and I can't remember whether I show it to you later on. So, the little sunflower looks good. Anyway, mother-in-law said that she wasn't going to get any more bread until after Easter. Okay, not a problem. No worries. So I went out and bought my loaf of bread. Next thing you know, bless her, she rocks up. Apparently they were giving bread. She rocks up and she has 2 big bags of bread, another bag of breadcrumbs. Oh, breadcrumbs. Oh my gosh. Rolls. And they're different rolls, so maybe my friends, if you want some bread, let me know. So I had all this bread, gave some to some friends, and started making breadcrumbs. 3 days, people. It took me 3 days, and I finished it yesterday. Granted, I wasn't doing it all day. In my defense, it was not all day, but it took me 3 days to get all this bread cut up and then dried and then smashed up, sort of thing. So I have a lot of breadcrumbs. What can I say? Back to this paper. Back to the card. I just realised this paper is actually not a Copic like Espresso blending card, because I didn't want my Espresso blending card is very, very white, and I wanted this to be a lot more softer of a cream. So I'm just using, I think they're Stamping Up cream cardstock, and you know what, it did pretty good. It's very sort of muted, which is what I wanted. And if you can see there, the blending is not that great on it, sort of thing, but if you keep working at it, it's not too bad. So they're starting to look a little bit like daisies, aren't they? Daisies. They are daisies. Sunflowers. Talking is hard when you're in isolation and you don't have anyone to talk to apart from your kids. And if you've got teenagers, it doesn't work. You don't get much conversation out of them at all. So I forgot to turn my camera on, and so I'm using a little bit of Daffodil Delight and some black cardstock, and I've just got some black paint that I'm spattering over the top of it. I sort of decided that I wasn't going to mask off the sunflowers, and this is very cool. This is simple. If you find this, grab it. Simple Strips by Tailored Expressions. And so they cut out a lot of bits and pieces. So I'm just going to use the graduate one and glue it all on, raise up the graduate, and that is going to be basically it. So I hope you're staying safe. And I'm going to fuss around with this sentiment in a minute, because I couldn't figure out where to actually put this card, so that's why we've slowed it down. So please, hopefully you, yes, stay safe, stay inside. Get your exercise in though. But here in Australia, we're not allowed to, like 2 people within 2 meters distance. So I hope you enjoyed the card. That's all done. It's all finished. I have to like and subscribe down below, and I hope you really enjoyed that, and we'll come back soon. Take care. Bye.